Hello everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we are going to be making a rainbow, but not your traditional rainbow. So let's jump into what we're using. I've got the Layered Rainbow Stencil. This is a fabulous stencil. It has even the negative pieces to go along with it, and I'm just kind of in love with it. We also have the supporting script sentiments. Love this one as well. So many great sentiments in there. We do have the Modern Embossed A7 Layers dies. That's one of my favorites. I use it all the time when I'm making 5x7s. And then I did pull out the Slimline stitch strips, but I don't end up using those. But that's what they look like. And then I have some cardstock ready to go. So we're going to pull out the biggest of the Modern Embossed A7 layer dies. This will make it a 5x7, but it's going to add this beautiful embossed edge to that piece. So it'll be all ready as a panel. Then I'll pull out the stencils. There are two of them, and along with all of the negative pieces, and I'm going to tack this down with a little bit of cement tape. This will just make sure that I don't, when I'm blending my ink on there, it's going to make sure that that ink doesn't go where it's not supposed to. So I'm just covering up those edges a little bit, and I'll pull out my first color. You'll notice I've got blues, I have a red and an orange and some yellows. This is not going to be your traditional type rainbow. So I'm just going to pull in my blender buddies for each of those colors, and we will blend those on. This stencil, if you haven't seen it before, is so good and so easy for making rainbows. And while I have used it one time to make an actual like legitimate rainbow where we're talking like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, the three other times I've used this, I have not done that. And I love doing that. That, I think, makes this stencil that much more versatile. So you can use this for any season. You could use it, I think, for just about any occasion as well. So I used it for a Halloween card, so I had Halloween colors. I've used it for a fall card, which had like teals and oranges. And then I'm using it for this, which is, I don't know if I looked up fall color palettes, and it kind of gave me this type of color palette where I went in and just went through my stash of inks and pulled out what I thought would work. But this is just, like I said, one of those really great stencils that has so much mileage because you don't necessarily have to use your traditional rainbow. Like I said, done it one time, and the other three times I haven't. And I've loved the results every time. Imagine you can make a Christmas one or a Thanksgiving one or whatever colors you wanted to go with, you could do that. Just look up color palettes on the internet and you'd be surprised by what types of different colors you can come up with. So now we're bringing in a rusty orange color, and then you'll notice our last two colors on there are some yellows. We've got a darker yellow and a lighter yellow. And I love how all these just really go together. And the stencil is just super easy to line up, and it looks so beautiful on this 5x7 card card base that we're using. I've really been getting into 5x7s lately. I love how it gives you a lot more area to play with, and it gives you a lot more area inside to write to your recipient. You'll notice I'm having like zero issue lining this up. It's because there are some really great embossed lines that make it that easy to just line up each of those areas of the rainbow. And I'm not even having to clean the stencil in between. I'm going to do all the cleaning at the end. So that's another reason I love this stencil so much. I don't have to clean it off every time I use it. I can just use it, keep going, blend all my colors, and then clean at the end. So now we're going to pull in the clouds for the ends of our rainbow. You could skip this part, but I just really love this added touch. So I'll grab in that mint tape again, and then we're not going to bring in any extra colors. We're just going to use that lighter blue that I have. It's more of a stormy color, and I'm going to go super light because I don't want it to be as dark as the color that I had in the rainbow. So I just went really super light, and then I'll just I'll grab the other stencil, which has this other cloud on it. And then we'll do the same process, something super light. And then, like I said, we'll clean later. All right, at this point, I did want to do a little splatter, and so I decided to take both of the blues, the darker one and the lighter one, put a little bit of water on each of those, and then splatter that all over my background. Almost looks like it could be rain, I suppose, which would go well with a rainbow, but I just love that added splatter. Then we'll just clean up our mess, and we'll get ready to stamp our sentiment. Like I said, this comes from the Supporting Script Sentiment set, and you can add them together to make some of your own sentiments just from this set, or add it to other like bigger sentiments that you have in your stash. It just has a lot of versatility. I love this one, You're in My Prayers. It's one I use a lot. And I just went through my stash of cardstock, grabbed a color that I thought matched those clouds a little bit, maybe just a little bit darker, kind of like that lighter blue in the rainbow. And then I'm trimming that down with my guillotine trimmer. I'll use some liquid glue to adhere this down to a 5x7 card base. And then I am going to put some foam tape behind our sentiment, because I figured if I was going to use some embellishments, I wouldn't have to be so concerned about like maybe keeping this lower profile. It's already going to have a little bit to it, so we'll just go ahead and add some dimension with our sentiment as well. And I'll line that up on my glass mat. You'll notice I have two types of gems over there. The first one is the Brilliant Citrine, that is that yellow, and then I have the red, which is the Ruby Radiance. I don't end up using the Ruby Radiance because I just went so liberal with the Brilliant Citrine, and I love how that looks so much on there that I just went with that. So I stuck it in my tidy tray, and I'm using my pickup stick and along with my liquid glue and just adhering all those down, and I was very liberal, and I love how that yellow is just, oh, it pops with that blue. It's so great. And once I have all those gems down, that's going to finish off my card for today. So I would love to know what you think. Leave that down in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on the blog, on Facebook, and on Instagram. And I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.